you and I have just mentioned now, you have young kids, I have a young kid. It's still going to be a couple of years, like they're still years and years away, like kind of almost a generation away into entering the workforce. So, not as a founder and not as an industry viewer, not as any of that, just as a dad, as a parent, what are you making sure, and I'm asking as a host and for genuine advice as well. What are you going to be teaching your children? What values or skills or abilities are you going to be teaching your children to best prepare them for either a world of kind of solo entrepreneurship business or AI job markets or big
Mhm.
businesses that are undergoing digital transformation? What are you going to be instilling in them?
I think the number one thing that I would probably, and I'll give the word, and then I'll break it down. It's being curious, but not in a way that, like, be curious about the world, go travel Paris. No, it's like be really curious about the new technology, because things are changing so fast. There isn't university, there isn't a course, there isn't a YouTube yet, because version one was yesterday, and today version two is already up, and it's different. So the best tool that I can give my kids, or the advice, is how to self learn. That's 100% that. And as I said, I don't know yet if AI is the best thing or worst thing that happened to humankind, but currently, it's the best thing that happened to me when I try to learn a new thing. So suddenly, I can create my own podcast about a topic. I can create my own videos and learn how to do, whether it's vibe coding or create music that I couldn't do. I think in this current stage of AI, it's extremely exciting. Again, in 10 years, maybe we'll be in the middle of the AI war and we'll be fighting each other. But currently, and I try to keep up, and people are sometimes the flow of information is so overwhelming that people will say, I'm just gonna wait outside. I'm gonna wait aside and let it happen. But we see the opportunities every day. You have a different opportunity of a new service that is starting, whether it's in the music or the code or the design or the video. And you got to learn it yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I value as something that I would want to instill in someone, that I would maintain and want to instill in someone else, which is, as you mentioned, curiosity, just wanting to know more. It also, that can be like a human trait, but that's also a technical thing to learn, because we're
That's
spending
what I'm
all day
saying.
typing into LLMs. You need to know what to ask. You need to be able to question or articulate what you want the LLM to give back to you. So that's a skill in itself. I know people that were undergoing like prompt engineering training. you know they'd hire humans to help them learn how to better prompt. I would also
And
argue traits like public speaking, or even what we're doing now, looking straight into a camera and speaking full sentences, is valuable, because so many people are going to be hiding behind screens or texts. It's You can't even begin to think about what. Also, to change a tire is also important in the car. In the
I
real
think that
world.
I think when I say the umbrella term of curiosity, I think that you have a few layers. The first layer, as I said, is how to learn yourself in front of a computer or whatever we would have in the future. I think curious about people. I think people that we take it for granted, but the ability to talk to another human being, have a great conversation, and generating new ideas, and even teaming up and creating something together. I think that's a necessity in the world. I think people romanticize the concept of a genius sitting alone in the basement, having this aha moment and creating the next Google. Obviously, there are, right. There's like the 1%, but having the ability to work in a team, and I see it. I have younger siblings, 15 and 12. Um, it's something that the younger generation needs to put more effort to know how to do it in the best way. As we said, we have a generation that for the last 4 years, basically, not the last year, like during COVID, was in a room and was told that the only way you can communicate with people is through Zoom. And if somebody else comes into your house, he can kill you because he has a disease. So this notion of creating this skill, the skill set of creating something together is a part of the curiosity, and I think it would be the most needed skill.